Hey guys, what's going on? That's Star Trek.
That's the joke.
I get it. Hey, I'm Justin. This is Madison, and today is Monday.
May the 4th be with you.
May 4th, 2020, and if you're not a Star Wars fan, then you don't know, but you're about to learn that May 4th is Star Wars Day, because May the 4th...
May the 4th. It's also the Lisp recognition day. May the 4th be with you.
Great. Well, way to offend people at the very beginning.
I'm not making fun of anyone.
This video...
It's about recognizing them.
This video it's designed in a way to offend, I think. So here's what we're going to do. We each have pretty strong opinions on Star Wars, right?
I think there's been conversations where I've left feeling genuinely frustrated at you and like had an argument in my head after you've said something about Star Wars and like that I've held on to for way too long.
Okay, will you forgive me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're not going to argue with one another.
No.
That's not what this is about. The argument needs to take place in the comments on this video, to be honest with you.
Great.
So we're each going to say, since it's May 4th, a controversial Star Wars opinion that we truly, genuinely hold, and then we're just going to put that out there and have at it. Bring it on, shred us to pieces, make us your king. I don't care, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. So Madison, you begin. Controversial Star Wars opinion on May 4th, go.
J.J. Abrams isn't good at making Star Wars movies.
J.J. Abrams is what?
Not good at making Star Wars movies.
Okay, explain.
Oh, I have to explain it?
Yeah, you can't, yeah.
Oh, he's good at making adventure movies, but Star Wars has a very, very specific... He was really good at copying one Star Wars movie, but he was not good at making his own Star Wars movie. They should have just let George Lucas be involved.
Okay, so your controversial opinion is that J.J. Abrams was the wrong choice.
Yeah.
George Lucas should have been the one totally in charge.
Should I give another controversial opinion?
Sure, if you have two, I'm only going to have one.
And The Last Jedi is a movie that needed to happen, and stuff that happened in The Last Jedi should have happened earlier in the series.
Like what?
Well, now I'm trying to think through everything that happens in Last Jedi and which happens in what movie. I think that making a new Star Wars where new things in Star Wars world happen should have been okay. That's the only movie that ever did anything new in Star Wars.
Okay. Ewoks were new. They're fuzzy. They're cute.
No,
I'm just joking. Yeah, okay. All right, so your controversial Star Wars opinions are that J.J. Abrams is not good.
No, he's not the right person.
He's bad. He's a bad person as an individual. And that The Last Jedi...
Look at Lost. I mean, he's really good at starting things,
he didn't
but
direct
he's not
Lost.
good at finishing
He produced
things.
it. It's different. So J.J. Abrams not good, and Last Jedi is good. Those are your... Okay, my controversial... I'm going to go a little bit more like bold.
And I'm not going to argue. I just can't. I can't even hear
The
you.
most recent Star Wars movie trilogy is the worst movie trilogy ever created in the history of movies. And here's why.
Okay.
Quickly. Number one, I recognize the fact that there probably are worse. Like if you looked at the Blade Trinity, I bet by the third Blade movie, probably not as good.
Are there only 3 Blade movies?
There's probably like 5 direct-to-DVD ones. I don't know. But my point is, I'm sure that you can find 3 movies that were as Trinity that are not as good. But they weren't supposed to be as good. Like they didn't have the resources, they didn't have the money, they didn't have the backing, they didn't have the anticipation. Like Star Wars, this most recent trilogy should have been like the easiest home run to hit in the world. Because everyone hated the prequels. But at least the prequels have an excuse. At least in the prequels, they were trying technology with like green screens and CG that was really new and not super like now every movie has CG, like every single movie. And so the prequels have an excuse. And like the new movies, they just don't. They had billions of dollars, they had Disney backing them, and they just had to make it not stink, and they failed. Because for several different reasons, they ruined everything good about Star Wars. They ruined the villain. Kylo Ren is a horrible villain. He's horrible. He's horrible for this reason. I think Adam Driver's a great actor. I think Adam Driver's a great actor.
I'm plugging my ears and can't hear anything you're saying.
I think that Adam Driver does the best job a person could do with the horrible character of Kylo Ren. But here's the thing about Kylo Ren. He never wins a fight.
Stop.
Ever. No, he's supposed to. I'm very passionate about this.
No, okay.
I'm very passionate about this. Hold on, it's not us arguing. No. The very first movie that Kylo Ren's in, first thing you see him do is he literally holds a laser beam midair. Like no look. Someone shoots.
I'm not allowed to respond to this?
You can respond in a second. Someone shoots a laser beam at him, and he just goes like this, and it stops in midair. He's controlling a stinking laser beam. Yeah. And then an hour and a half later, he loses a lightsaber tug of war contest with Rey, who's never even studied the Force. And all the previous movies were like, oh, you're too old to begin the training. It takes years to even be good at the Force. And Rey just like, oh, because she's Rey. He loses the fight to Rey. He loses the fight with, like, when they all fight in the second movie, Rey has to save his tail. He's a villain who's never won. He lost a fight to Invisible Luke. He wasn't even there. And so Kylo Ren is a villain who's never, ever won a fight. He just loses every time. So I don't respect that, because Darth Vader was awesome, because he was awesome. And when he finally lost, you're like, holy cow, okay? That was dumb. They ruined other characters. Finn, I'll just throw that out there. Finn is a garbage character.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what does he do? What is his arc? There's no arc to his story.
No arc to anyone's story.
I don't care about any of the characters in the new Star Wars movies. The only characters I care about are the ones they either killed, like Han Solo. Sorry, spoilers. But if you're watching this, you know that.
You don't like Maz Kanata?
Yeah, the Maz Kanata's fine.
I'm kidding.
But she's in it for like 10 minutes after the first movie. Or they either kill him, or they should have killed him, like when Leia should have died. Instead, they had her magically force ghost back into that's never happened before. Or they ruined him, like Luke Skywalker. So they either kill your favorite characters or they ruin them. Kylo Ren's a terrible villain. It's all awful. The world is coming to an end.
Okay, so I know we're not sitting here having a debate.
We're not.
I just need to defend Kylo Ren's character, the character of Kylo Ren.
I think you're defending Adam Driver.
No,
who I respect as an actor.
Adam Driver's amazing. Adam Driver, thank you for your service. He was in the Marines.
He was. Thank you for your service. Phenomenal. I think he's a great actor in lots of movies. He's funny. He's actually really funny.
He's great.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. The reason, the whole like losing thing, that you're like villains need to win all the time.
No, they at least need to win once.
Okay.
He doesn't win one fight.
Here's the thing. His whole character is that he struggles with being a good guy. Like, he is feeling the pull from the good side of the Force, the light side. And he lost the Force duel because he was shot with Chewbacca's bowcaster, which annihilates a dude.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because you could have rescued if the first movie, and there's that whole tug of war's happening.
No,
and
this is
stupid.
No. I'm not even sure that this is even your idea. I think you heard
probably
this
not.
someone else.
I'm sure I did. But I'm sure I did. But like, it's focusing on that lightsaber that's like going back and forth. And is Kylo gonna win or is Rey gonna win? If all of a sudden it goes in the air and Luke Skywalker's there holding it and he beats Kylo Ren, that makes sense. Kylo Ren loses, but he lost to Luke, and now he's motivated.
And Luke's on
all this.
Starkiller base all of a sudden. Okay.
It's Star Wars.
I'm just saying.
They fly to different planets all the time. So here's the other thing.
Kylo Ren struggled with
all
being a good
Kylo
guy,
Ren is,
and that was interesting.
Is conflicted. He's a conflicted character.
Darth Vader doesn't do anything that cool.
I beg to differ.
Rogue One, they make Darth Vader like a intense like murderer, which he never is an intense murderer.
Here's the thing.
He orders people around and is the Emperor's lackey.
No. Darth Vader is like, snapping necks left and right in the first movies.
No, he's not.
He's choking out this guy.
And then
he's choking out that
throws
guy.
him on the floor.
He chokes out multiple people to death. Go back and watch. Empire Strikes Back chokes out a guy long distance from a different starship. It happens. So Darth Vader, awesome. Okay. Kylo Ren, terrible. You were saying something earlier that made me. I was trying to think. It was a really good point, Madison.
But
I told you it was. It was going to be awesome. It was going to totally, easily win this entire argument, because Kylo Ren is just conflicted. All Kylo Ren does is be like, I don't know what I want to do.
He's a whiny dude. He's like Zuko from season 1, 2, and 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Never seen that show.
Okay, well, if you saw it, you'd be like, that's the character they were trying to go for, and they did it wrong.
They did. They
ended it all wrong.
What about General
opinion.
Hux? So my last thing, General Hux.
Okay.
Another terrible character. His whole character is great actor.
Donald Gleason.
He's a great actor. But all he does in the new trilogy is just be like, I'm supposed to be the one in charge. I want to be the boss. I don't like Kylo Ren. And that's his entire character in every movie.
But then he gives that really cool like World War II speech.
But then he's a whine. It's just the worst. My opinion is that the prequels are better than the latest trilogy. The sequels are worse than the prequels. The prequels at least have some charm. And I care about Obi-Wan Kenobi. I actually like him.
I hate it. It's coarse.
It gets everywhere. All right. What's your other?
My other controversial Star Wars opinion. It's a twofold opinion.
So it has 4 parts?
I have four controversial
you fold something
opinions.
Twice.
We're going to expand outside the Skywalker saga real quick. I'm going to rank these in order of best to worst.
Okay.
Han Solo best. The Solo movie, actually good.
Solo, it stands alone.
And
it holds its own.
And then at the bottom, like if there's 100 other movies, there's Rogue One. Everything in Rogue One that happens is stupid. Everyone likes it because it was the first gritty Star Wars movie. I'm telling you guys, watch the movie, and they have to put nameplates on the planets. That's not Star Wars. You just know the cold planet's Hoth, the desert planet's Tatooine.
There's probably more than one desert planet.
Right, but I don't need to go to Xanthar to get the fourth person that's going to die by the end of this movie because you've told us at the beginning of the movie that they're going to die. Wait.
Okay, all right.
And then at the very bottom underneath Rogue One, I'm sorry, Mandalorian. Guys, it's boring. Mandalorian is boring. And I've given it half a season, and there's a montage every episode. I don't need an armor-making montage. Great, Baby Yoda's cute. I get it. Super boring.
I didn't say that. I don't think you should judge something until it's had its chance to come full-fledged. Like, we don't know what's happening in season 2. See, I think that, here's the thing, with Mandalorian, it's better than the sequels. You know why? Because it just doesn't stink. Like, that's all it has. They stink.
And I hate that that's the
terrible
filter for Star Wars. As long as it's not egregiously terrible, you love it. Mandalorian, boring, couldn't get through even.
It just shouldn't be that hard. Have you got last thing? This isn't really a controversial opinion, but have you ever realized that like the understanding of the internet would have completely and totally changed Star Wars? I saw this. This is not my own original thought, but like the entire first Star Wars movie begins with like we have this robot R2D2. And this robot has a message. We got to get this message.
On a floppy disk.
Yeah, it's on a little. We got to get this message to this person. So we're going to fly over the planet. We're going to drop. And the fact that they drop R2D2 within a few miles.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome because that's hard to do on a planet. We're going to drop this
without
thing
the internet.
physically because they got to get a message to Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's like, man, email would have just totally solved that. Like Obi-Wan, it's Leia.
Maybe the internet does exist and no one's really good at reading their emails.
They just don't read their emails because they're always like, we got to get on this. We got to fly to this planet fast. Oh, that's the other thing about the sequels is they introduce all these things that Jedis have never been able to do before, and like the whole like shoot. You stand up for Last Jedi, but shoot like the spaceship goes into light speed and it blows up everything. Why didn't they just do that?
It's cool.
One X-wing could have destroyed the Death Star the first time around. No one's ever thought of that before.
I'm just saying you can't have a world where the new Star Warses are the same exact movie as
Star
Wars.
I agree. They maybe should have just never made any than the first 3. That probably would have been better.
Yeah.
But my point is, you can't all of a sudden be like, oh, what if this? Or in the Last Jedi, they fly over the ship at the very beginning to drop bombs onto it.
I know.
There's not gravity in space. They're just supposed to. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't. They're not good. They're not good.
And we can't even talk about Rise of Skywalker.
You know what is good?
Why can't we talk about Rise of Skywalker just before you move on?
Yeah.
Is because not one shot of that movie makes sense.
I don't think Rise of Skywalker. I hated it.
Did you see it? It was the worst movie I've ever seen.
I think they're all awful. I even think the first one is awful. I go
Force
back and look at
Awakens
it. It's good in comparison.
It's rewatchable. I would watch it again. And it's enjoyable.
I can't rewatch it because I know where it's going. I rewatch it and I'm like, oh, this gave me some glimmer of hope.
That's how I feel about Lost.
Don't even get me started. We should do a Lost video at some point.
Right.
I'd enjoy that.
Tune in on May 5th.
May 5th, 2021. 2027. Let's go 2027.
Great.
Well, for whenever it's 50 years after Lost, we're older. Now, we'll do a Lost video at some point. You know what is awesome, Madison? You are.
Thanks.
So is Jesus. So is Zach, who's filming our videos as always. So is Elin, who's sitting over there watching,
just like
waiting to film her video. We've wasted her time. All right.
And we've wasted yours too.
May the 4th be with you.